I gave myself 3 hours to make my next video. And this video what you're watching right now is more like how I actually make that video. The reason I'm making this video because I thought first of all it would be fun to make it, and second of all that I spend way too much time to making my videos and spend too much time on editing them and making the small animations, and I spend so much time on small bits and pieces but doesn't actually make a huge difference. Doesn't really matter how it's gonna look in the animation if that little arrow is like 2 mm up or down. So I set myself for a goal that I will make my next video under 3 hours. I recently started a series on my YouTube channel about the Italian front and the Battle of Isonzo, so I already have the topic of the video, which is going to be the second Battle of Isonzo. I also did a bit of a background research already for it, so I don't have to spend too much time doing the research and doing the script, but I didn't actually wrote up the video. So that will be also part of these 3 hours. But because I already have the general ID and I have more information put together, what I want to do, that shouldn't take too long. Also, I don't want to make the video long, so I'm planning the video to be like on 4 or 5 minutes maximum. I don't really want to make long videos because first of all, I don't really care about monetization. I recently reached actually 3,000 watch hours, so I did get into the first level of monetization, which I applied for and been accepted to be YouTube partner. But that was more important for me as, you know, it's a milestone, like right, I got to that point, but also gives you like copyright tools and gives you better analytics to see what's actually happening with the videos when I create them. So don't need to make the videos for longer than it's how long they should be. Right. So as I mentioned, I'll give myself 3 hours. So I did set up a timer, 3 hours, and I'm gonna start it. Right. 3 hours. So what first thing I'm actually gonna do, I go to Notion. I use Notion for all my planning and all the writing up of the scripts of the videos. I find very helpful, and I'm using it in a Kanban style. So I have like a columns where like, okay, this is my ID, and this is what actually is gonna be. But moving that ID into the next column when wrote up this, like start to put that information like a research links and where I'm finding information video, and the next column is when I actually adding data from those research links onto that page, and then moving on to the writing phase when I'm actually writing up the videos. I like to script out most of my videos, and I use a teleprompter, which is very helpful because properly figured out English is not my first language, so teleprompter helps me to stay on track and make sure my videos are structured and they are how I want them to be. Alright, I open Notion, and so I do have all these video IDs. Some of them are just an ID phase, some of them, these are ID phases, these I'm researching right now and I'm reading about them, trying to find relevant information which would make it into the video. And then this column is when I'm actually writing them up, so I'm creating the video and I'm writing the script. Then the next phase when I'm filming it in a column and then editing and then published. So I have like a flow. I'm processing all these IDs to make them to a video. Right, so what I was looking for, the second Battle of Isonzo, and I already done 3 minutes from my time, so I am gonna have to hurry up. I'm aiming to do like 1 hour to writing up, on another 15-20 minutes to shoot it if I have to shoot like once or twice, and then hopefully I'm able to edit it like 1.5 hours and then upload it. So I finished the video about the first Battle of Isonzo, so that's already done and been published a few days ago. Didn't perform very well. Oh, it's fine.
Hour later.
Right, so it's 2 hours and 3 minutes left, which means I've finished writing up the video. A script is ready. It took a bit longer than I originally anticipated it will take, but it's done now. So what actually I'm gonna do now, I am gonna transfer the script over to my teleprompter and I'm gonna record the video. Also, I'm gonna probably change because I'm not gonna wear this hoodie for this video, which says I pause my game to be here. So yeah, so I'm gonna record the video. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to shoot it once or twice and I'm not gonna make too many mistakes anyway. So I am gonna start this recording now and I am gonna take maybe like 5 minutes break. So for that 5 minutes break I will stop the timer and then I'm gonna go and record the video. Right, so I'm gonna use my phone to record this part because my camera is behind the teleprompter. I'll show you in a second. So I transferred over the text to the teleprompter and I read it through a few times as well, so I familiarized myself with the text to make sure I can cut down the time of recording as to be short as possible. I'm going to just quickly show you what I'm using to record. Right, so my light is a very simple LED panel. It was from eBay for like I think like £4 or £5. As a boom arm also from eBay was like £5. And then there is a teleprompter which holds my very old phone where I have a teleprompter application, and then behind this is my camera, which is a DJI Pocket 2 with a creator combo, so I also have the little microphone for it and I can wireless connect my phone to use as a viewfinder. And I figured out I had one empty monitor arm which I'm using to hold the camera, so I don't have to use a tripod, and when I'm not recording anything I just push it to the back and it's out of the way. Right, so I'm gonna pause the video now and I'm gonna technically record my video. Both sides were preparing for the next clash, which was the third Battle of Ishon Zone. Thank you for joining me for this video and see you in the next one. So I reviewed the footage. The footage is good enough. There are some bits and pieces to cut out and you know the usual stuff. But what I'm actually gonna do now, I copied over the files from the camera to my laptop and I'm gonna first cut out all the stuff that I don't need in there. So for editing the video, I am using DaVinci Resolve. Right, so I'm gonna start on a new project and I am gonna grab the video file, and basically now I am gonna start editing the file, but I'm also gonna cut out some part of it because it's gonna be very boring, and I also need my headset for this, so I'm gonna just put this on. Connected first try, right? I actually also want to build up my hoodie on, so right, that's better. Shall I just leave with a t-shirt?
1 hour later.
Right, so DaVinci just froze and I'm really hoping that it will unfreeze because I didn't save until now. It really seems like it is frozen. Oh no, it's off of itself. Okay, okay. Did it save it? Did it save? Okay. It didn't crash, so I can save it now. Word of advice: do save often. Right, I'm gonna pause the recording for now because this is not really interesting for anyone. But what I actually show you, so right now we are at 1 hour and 28 minutes, so still looking good. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna finish editing in an hour, 10 minutes, and then maybe an hour, hopefully. And then I'm gonna be able to create a thumbnail. I roughly have an idea what I want to use for thumbnail, and then also have to create the subtitles. I know my accent is very strong, so for a video I also create subtitles and upload them to YouTube, so whoever needs to see the subtitles can use the subtitles. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this video and I will be back when I'm finished with the editing. So today is next day, because yesterday I decided in the evening to play some Ishonzo and I paused the timer. Before that I actually finished the editing and need to export it, and I have 40 minutes left. So I have 40 minutes left to come up with a thumbnail, upload the video, make the subtitle. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, but let's see. So for thumbnails, I usually do the same thing. I pick a historically accurate image which is related to the context of the video. Then I remove the sky or the background and I add the Austro-Hungarian flag to it. So I need to find an image which will work. And the second bottle of Ishonzo was more of like a grinding on the front line and started like being a trench warfare. So I want to find an image which reflects that, but I think this one's gonna be the one. And then what I'm gonna do, I will remove the sky, put the Austro-Hungarian flag in the sky, and that's gonna be a thumbnail. And then I'm going to Canva. So this was here the thumbnail for the first one. So I'm gonna use the same one. So I'm gonna delete this picture from here. Copy, paste, layer, send it backward, and right. Okay, that will work. The history. Okay. And then the thumbnail, which I just downloaded. Right. Playlists and great one. Right. The time is up. So what actually I'm gonna do, start a stopwatch, so see how much I'm going over the time I allowed myself to use. And now I need to go through to watch the video and type the part which I didn't follow the script. Right, so I didn't have to exchange that many lines on the subtitle, because I more or less kept myself to the script. I have the video uploaded, I have a description, the title, so I'm done with the video. I forgot to actually say that I went 12 minutes over, so I would say I'm close enough to my target where I wanted to do 3 hours, and it was actually 3 hours and 12 minutes. If you stayed for this long, thank you very much for joining me on this journey, and see you in the next video.